There we go.
Yeah, well, let's see if somebody come in.
Oh, you trying to hold off because you scared? Or what?
I mean, if you wanted, we could get right off into it because
I'm just saying, you trying to waste time because you scared to get burned.
No. I'm gonna smoke you, man. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You know, okay. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Right? Okay, I see we got a few coming in. So, hey, let's go ahead on and get started. So, me and my wife, you know, we had a few topics that we wanted to discuss, debate, have a dialogue about. Topic number 1 is going to be, should all pregnant women go through mandatory drug testing? Okay. Topic 2 that we're going to be discussing is we saw a video, my wife brought it to my attention, of this young lady giving her young child, I believe the child was under 2.
Yeah, so like 17 months.
Yeah, she was giving the kid marijuana. And so we're going to talk about whether or not that woman should have her child taken away for that. And we're going to be talking about just the idea of optional child care classes for expecting parents. You know, so we're going to go into topic 1 first. The one about... You can handle that first. You can go in first.
No, go ahead. Why you have me go first? You nervous?
Nah, I'm just
a little nervous?
I'm giving you the respect.
Okay, which one are we going to talk about first then?
As my wife.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
I want to talk about the mandatory drug testing for all expecting mothers.
I feel like yes. I feel like if you are pregnant and you go to have a child, you have to be drug tested. Point blank. Like, because there's so many crackheads, opiate users. They go and they end up having babies that are addicted to this stuff. And to me, I feel like that's unfair. So I feel like not only should they be tested at the hospital when they give birth, but as well as every woman should be tested whenever they go for their regular checkup. Point blank.
Okay, and I'm of the perspective of no. Every woman that gets pregnant and is going to the doctor, getting a checkup during her pregnancy and going to the doctor to actually have the baby, they shouldn't be able to force this woman to go through mandatory drug testing.
Yes, they should.
But why? Why should they be allowed to infringe?
Why should it be okay
upon her?
Why should it be okay for somebody who's pregnant to use drugs and get away with it, and babies to come out addicted to that shit? And sometimes the hospital doesn't even know that the baby comes out addicted.
But it's not about whether or not it's right or wrong to expose this child to the drug. What it's about is whether or not it's right or wrong to just force this individual.
You shouldn't be scared to get tested.
You gotta let me talk though.
No, you shouldn't be scared.
You gotta let me talk.
You shouldn't be.
You gotta let me at least finish the sentence we just talked about.
Okay, go ahead.
You gotta let me finish the sentence.
I feel so firmly about this, guys. I feel so firmly.
But what it's about not being able to enforce your will to drug test this woman just because she got pregnant. Because she got pregnant, now she has to be subjected to your drug test. What's next? What next are you gonna force on her just because she got pregnant?
I feel like you shouldn't be nervous to take a test if you're not doing drugs while you're pregnant. So only the people who do drugs, in my opinion, would feel like they're being taken advantage of for having to take a test. Like, to me, that's crazy. Just take the fucking test. You shouldn't be doing drugs when you're pregnant anyways. Just take the test. I don't feel like it's such a big deal to where you should be so nervous to take a test to make sure the health of your child. Like, I feel like that's something serious. Do you know how many babies die from that who come out shaking and everything else? Even just smoking weed. I don't feel like you should be doing shit when you're pregnant. Nothing. I have 3 kids in there. I feel like, and then there's kids that go undetected. They have these babies and they're addicted to some sort of drug and they get away with it. I mean, there's stories out there where like crackheads or whatever kind of drugs they use, they're putting it in the baby's bottle to keep the baby quiet because the baby won't stop crying because it's going through withdrawals. Like, to me, that's some bullshit. Like, straight up, like, that's some bullshit. Like, they should be tested. You should not be nervous if you're getting tested. My opinion. Like,
so tell me this: if they come back and they have something in their system, what are you gonna do about it?
Well, from there they could take further action. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like necessarily the child should get taken away. Like, say, for instance, the baby has marijuana in its system. I don't feel like they should not just be able to get that baby, but there has to be some sort of punishment for that. Like, you're putting drugs in your child's system. It's not your... When you get pregnant, that is no longer your body. That is yours and the child's body, point blank. It's both of y'all's body at that moment. So if you are so fucked up that you're going to do drugs while you're pregnant because that is so important to you, then why even get pregnant in the first place?
So tell me this. Are there any things
exactly.
other than...
Thank you.
Are there any things other than drugs that a woman shouldn't be exposed to?
And look, I'm not knocking anybody
while they're pregnant.
I'm not knocking anybody.
Wait, is there anything else that a woman shouldn't be exposed to while they're pregnant?
What do you mean?
Anything else that could harm the child? Other than
I mean, in all honesty, like, I think it comes to a certain standard. Like, if you're on medication because of a certain reason, they do have side effects or whatever, and the doctor will tell you, look, you know, you're not supposed to take this because of A, B, and C. You know, but when it comes down to you smoking marijuana, you taking opiates, you doing crack, you doing all of that, like, no, I feel like if you a crackhead, if you smoking meth, you don't deserve that baby.
What if you drink or smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol?
Well, I feel like when you go into that, I feel like I don't feel like you should drink while you're pregnant. Although there are some people out there that say that you could drink like a glass of wine or something like that, you know. But if you go to the doctor, first off, I don't even know if there's a way to test for nicotine. There probably is. I'm pretty sure there is.
So should you add that in too?
No, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like they should add that. I don't feel like you should smoke or drink while you're pregnant. You know what I mean? I don't. But I don't feel like that's a way to get your child taken away.
Okay,
Mr. Question.
If the alcohol can do the same thing that the drugs can do, why not now everybody that get pregnant, you automatically need to get a breathalyzer hooked up inside of your car?
How about this?
Wait a minute. Why not we also take precautions to find out whether or not you drinking? Or we also take precautions to find out whether or not you smoking? Or we also take precautions to find out what kind of foods you eating, because the foods you eating can affect that child.
Because
I let you go.
Okay, go ahead.
And what if we also find out, you missed a hospital meeting, you missed one of your checkups? Have you been taking all of your prenatal vitamins?
No, hold on.
You're going into what you're
you gotta
let me go. You gotta let me go. Because it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope when you start taking people's rights away from them because of the opinion of certain...
So you feel like giving drugs to a child is right?
No, I'm saying...
I get what you're saying.
I'm saying a woman's right, or any human beings, but we're talking about a woman in this context.
But it's not your body anymore.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. So what I'm saying is, it's that woman, you cannot force this woman.
Thank you, Cornelia.
You cannot force this woman to have to give her blood to get some kind of drug test simply because she got pregnant. Once you start enforcing stuff like that, again, next thing you know, it's the exact same concept of punishing them if you think they drinking, if they doing nicotine, if they're eating foods that's unhealthy. It's a lot of things that an individual can say that you can do that can harm a child. They can use certain scientific reports to say using a cell phone.
Okay.
Being around microwaves.
Is it my turn? Can I speak?
You see? So it's a slippery slope. Once you start taking people's rights away because of your opinion, it's no telling where that's going to end.
I don't feel like it's just taking. I don't feel like it's taking away the rights. I feel like it's in the protection and the best interest of the child. In my opinion, I don't feel like I don't understand why people are so nervous. Why people are so scared. Like, if they take that right away, it's not a right. It's not a right. There's so many crackheads out there that are having babies. Like, what the fuck are they doing? There's so many people out there who's on opiates, methamphetamines, and they having babies. They shouldn't have no babies. They should not.
You can't say that.
No,
I don't agree with that neither.
I agree with that. They should not.
I don't agree with that.
They should not. That's child abuse. How you gonna be pregnant and you infecting the child with fucking drugs?
I'm not saying that I'm okay with children being addicted to drugs because of something that their parent did. But what I'm saying is, who gives anybody the right?
Joe. It is not. No, let me finish. You went on for a while.
Wait a minute. But how can somebody? But how can somebody? You did too. How can somebody now tell you because of how you living your life? Because of how you live your life, you can't have a child?
Can I say this?
That's wild, man.
I do feel like, there are, personal rights, like abortion and all of that. I understand that's a whole nother topic, so we won't get into that in opinions. But, I do understand that there's personal rights. There's personal boundaries. You can't force me to go get tested for AIDS, HIV. You can't force me to do certain shit. And you know what I mean? So, but I feel like once you have a baby in your system, it's no longer saying my rights. No, it's not your rights. It's also not your rights as a parent. Obviously, because there's so many fucking babies out there dying from fucking drug users and shit like that. I don't feel like they deserve the right to be pregnant. You know how many fucking crackhead babies, fucking methamphetamine babies, they're in fucking, they're in CPS hands or wherever because their parents can't even take care of them? How many come up dead, missing, because their parents is pieces of fucking shit? You know how many lives that could fucking save?
So, but so now what we're talking about. So now what we're talking about is putting restrictions on individuals and telling them you can't have any kids?
Exactly.
You can't think about that. You can't have any kids because I don't agree with the choices that you're making with your life.
No, but see, okay, look, I feel like this.
You can't have any kids because I don't agree with the choices that you're making with your life. Again, it's all about people.
It is. It's about the child. It's all about the child. It's not about my rights. It's not about me no more.
Yeah, okay.
It's about the child.
This is what I'm saying.
And it's not about, I'm not talking about every single person. You know what I mean? But imagine that baby that comes out a fucking born crackhead. That shit ain't fucking fair. That shit ain't fucking fair because a bitch want to do drugs. Like, what? You know what I mean? No, you know how this could save so many lives? If somebody smokes weed or whatever and they're like, man, now I gotta stop smoking weed because they passed this law. Bitch, you're dumb. You're fucking dumb for that. You know what I mean? What about all the other people? So you bitching about because you can't smoke weed while you're pregnant, but there's fucking people out there who are actually doing fucking hardcore drugs and these babies are dying and you worried about rights? Like, what?
Okay, so how...
I'm sorry, y'all, but I get so heated over this subject.
I understand. So what if somebody feels the same way you feel about drugs? They feel like that about cigarettes and alcohol.
No,
right? Wait a minute. They feel the same way about how you feel about their life choices. They feel the same way about you and your life choices. Do they have the right now because of how they passionately feel? Now they can tell you that you don't have a right to have a child?
I mean,
we do not have the right to invade in people's lives to that degree. Now again,
I mean, I'm not saying
there shouldn't be some type of protection of the child, but also things have to be thought through. Like, how would you actually enforce that? Let's slow it down and think about it. If you're saying, okay, individuals that's on drugs can no longer have kids. So what are we going to do if you get a drug case? I
feel like you shouldn't be pregnant if you do drugs. If you were a drug addict, you can't have kids. There's a big difference.
But that's where the conversation had just went. You said they shouldn't even be allowed to have kids, and I said we don't have the right
then I misspoke.
to tell them that they can't have kids.
Okay, I misspoke. If you get clean and those drugs are out of your system, I do agree. But then it comes to a rock and a hard place, because at the same time, if you're a drug user and you're pregnant, then I feel like maybe you should be under some type of guidance or stuff. That's a whole nother subject I'd have to actually really think about. But my point is I feel like if you should automatically be drug tested when you go in for your checkup and when you have the baby. Point blank, because it could be detected way earlier. That baby that's born a crackhead, it's going to be likely that it won't be born a crack baby because of the fact it was detected early on. Even if it means they have a certain prison for pregnant women and they go in there, because that's child endangerment. I feel like you should go to jail for child endangerment. Point blank. Like, that's how I feel.
All right. We're gonna go on to the next one, but I feel you. You know what I'm saying? And my point is, My point is only it's a very.
But I get what you're saying. It opens a whole nother door. It opens a whole nother door. I understand.
Now the door is wide open because how do you regulate it now?
But that's a whole nother law that's going to have to be passed. If they do something else, that's a whole nother law. But I'm talking about drugs and pregnancy. Drugs and pregnancy.
I know it's going to be somebody out there going to be like, man, whether they doing drugs or not, I ain't taking no damn drug test because I got pregnant. And then, okay, now what are you going to do to that person? They may not be doing no drugs, but they just may feel like... I can never be pregnant. I can never be pregnant, but it's some stuff invasive.
No, but listen, in all honesty, they can still check anyways. You got to piss in a cup.
No.
So in all honesty, they can check anyways.
So we're just talking about the ideal level. But I appreciate all those comments. I'm seeing all the comments. You know, so we're gonna jump to topic 2, but I'm taking all that into consideration. Topic 2, tell them about that video you saw.
Exactly, Joe. Exactly.
Tell them about that video you saw.
Okay, so I seen a video of a lady who was giving her child marijuana, and he was about 17 months old. I think he was about 17 months old, but she was actually giving her child marijuana, and the baby was smoking like he had done it before. Okay, yeah. And then she ends up going to jail and everything else. So my take on it, when I seen that video, I was heated. I was going in for like a whole 30, 40 minutes.
She was mad.
I was going in. I was pissed because it's like, bitch, how dare you? How dare you? You know, that's a child's innocence, bitch. Like how fucking dare you? Yeah. So I want to get your opinion on it, and then I'm gonna speak mine, cause.
So when we went into that, and y'all can see how this topic goes right along with that. She was saying that they should take the child.
Hey, Katie.
And look,
I miss you.
I said, I mean, y'all can already kind of see what I'm going to say. I said they should not take her child because she was caught giving the child marijuana. Now
exactly.
Listen.
Child endangerment.
Before y'all go in on me, I'm not saying it's okay to give the child marijuana. I'm not saying it's not illegal. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be punished. But I'm the type of person, when it comes to actually talking about physically removing somebody's child from the parent, you know, hey, I almost don't agree with that in any circumstances unless it's like immediate life threatening. Okay. Because she gave the baby weed, she need to be punished. Definitely, she need to be punished. No, that's wrong. I don't agree with it, but I don't think they should take her child from her.
I feel like she should get her fucking baby taken away. Point blank. She don't deserve to be a mother. She isn't a good influence. She doesn't have responsibility. She isn't a woman. And most importantly, she does not have the mother experience. Point blank. And obviously her family, I'm not saying this is always the case, but in this case, this is how I feel. Her family isn't even good parents. Like, how the hell do you live in the same home as this girl? Because she lived with her, I think her grandma and her mom or something like that. How the fuck do y'all stay in the same fucking house and you walk in her room and you don't smell marijuana? Like, you had to have known something was going on. Point blank. You know, like, I honestly feel like she should have went to jail. And like I told Matt, I feel like she should have went to jail for a long time, some years. And I'm not a big fan, like, let me just point this out there. I'm not a big fan of CPS, although they have saved lives. They have also affected lives negatively, you know what I mean? So I'm not a big fan of that. And I do feel like there has been a lot of mistakes made in other people's lives. But in this case, I feel like she should go to jail. I don't feel like she should get that baby back. There's no point in that. But I feel like she should go to jail for some years because she's probably a hoe. She's probably going to get out of jail, get pregnant again, and have another child. And then what then? She was all crying in court and shit. Bitch, you don't deserve shit. You don't deserve nothing. And then that child knew how to fucking hit the blunt. Like, she knew how to hit it. That shit's crazy to me.
All of that is good. Well, not all of that, but even with the punishments and whatnot. But to take the child, listen. Unless the child is in immediate life or death danger, I don't think an individual should ever be able to take someone's child. I think CPS needs to be disbanded, totally dismantled. I understand abused children. Man, my heart go out to them. You know, my heart goes out to the children that it may be said that the institution of CPS actually help. But I don't feel individuals have the right to tell other individuals the proper way to raise their children.
Exactly. Man, see, I love Joe's wife. I love Joe's wife. She understands. She got that mind. I'm telling you.
I don't think CPS has the right to tell individuals how they should raise their children.
No, but okay. Can I jump in? I do feel like, you know, there's different walks of lives. You know, the way I raise my children might not be the way somebody else raises theirs. So I don't feel like I should be, you know what I mean, slapped around because of how I deal with certain things and everything like that. But when it comes to a point where you're giving your child marijuana, that already shows that you don't have the brain cells. You don't have the brain cells to be a mother, to make right decisions. You don't have the brain cells for that. You know what I mean? If you end up, like, for instance, my child drops a cup of milk on the floor, I might just be like, dang, you know, mistakes happen. We might, you know, I might show them how to clean it up. Somebody else, they might, man, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, whoop them or whatever. I don't feel like they should get their child taken away for that, you know, because they discipline differently, you know? Mm-hmm. But in this circumstance, she literally made the dumbest decision. And it was something that she knew better. She knew better. That everybody knows that's not right.
Ultimately, now, again, I agree with that, and I agree that she needs to be punished. But ultimately, where did this book on how to raise children come from? Because let me tell you something. If you were raised in another culture with another set of guidelines and another set of rules, where the individuals in charge felt like that should be okay, and you was raised around it, you see. Who can tell you that that's wrong?
Okay, I do feel like CPS does
to actually take the child from the parent.
Like, no respect. Exactly, no respect for the kid. Like, that's how you know this bitch did not have no fucking brain cells. She did not know right from wrong. Obviously, that's what it seems like to me. But I feel, and then I kind of contradict myself a little bit, because I kind of feel like everybody knows that's wrong. Like, you literally have to be mental. That's why I feel like she shouldn't have the baby. You so fucking mental that you didn't even know it was a right or wrong decision because you posted it to Facebook. So you that stupid that you don't even know that was the wrong decision to make. She doesn't deserve that child. She doesn't deserve to ever have that child, contact with that child ever again. I don't feel like that baby should go with her family.
So
I feel like that baby needs to, but I'm not saying, but also
family up.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Wow.
Yes, I will.
And do what with the baby at that point?
You know how many fucking people out there want babies?
And do what with the baby at that point?
Okay, I look at it like this. Why don't the baby go with the father? Why not with her family? Why don't the baby go with the father? That's her daddy. That's her daddy. Give him a chance to raise the baby.
Okay.
The mom and the family don't do shit.
So you have to be a perfect parent to keep your child. What if she actually learned from her mistake? And what if she doesn't do it anymore?
Well, then she can grow old and she can have more kids.
And never see the child again.
Exactly. I feel like the father can ultimately make that decision if he felt like it. But I feel like that baby should go with her father. Give him a chance to raise that baby. Because I feel like, in all honesty, a baby deserves to be with either the mother or the father. Point blank. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Have you, being a mother, you a mother, right?
Yeah, duh.
All right, we got 3 kids,
so.
Right? Now tell me this. Has there ever been any situation, we don't have to remember the situation, but where you felt like somebody was telling you something about the kids, and you was feeling like, damn, these my kids, I'm going to deal with my kids how I deal with my kids because they my kids. And damn what anybody else got to say about it. Have you ever felt like that in life?
No, because I ain't never had
You've never felt like that?
I ain't had nobody tell me that I can't do something with my kids.
You ain't never felt like that?
Through who?
You ain't never felt like that?
Ain't nobody said something that I should have done or...
Okay.
I mean, maybe if I would have did something wrong, but I think people already know me. Like, don't tell me how to raise my children, but I also don't give my children marijuana. You know what I mean?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Then you gotta formulate it better, because I'm not catching you.
I'm just saying the concept of, okay, let's say you at the store, you finna pop one of the kids, and somebody looking at you like you shouldn't whoop your kids.
I dare, motherfucker.
And then you will have that thought like, this my motherfucking child. The hell you gonna tell me about my kid? Or I'm yelling at my kid. The hell you gonna tell me? I'm saying situations like that to where you feel like can't no random outsider tell you how to deal with our children.
But we're not okay.
Because they're your children.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about
I'm making a point. I'm making a point. You have to let. First you have to admit that you felt like that. That you feel like that.
Okay, I'll admit to it.
We all do.
Okay.
I do too. So now here's the thing. Again, just kind of like going back to the beginning. At the end of the day,
thank you.
At the Look, no.
That's real shit though.
No,
you see him?
No. At the end of the day, we cannot be talking about taking people's children away from the mother because of your opinion. Because somebody will come and take your child away from you because of their opinion. Everybody won't agree with how you feel like you want to raise your child. Everybody doesn't agree with how I feel like I want to raise my child. So you have to be careful about using your opinions to talk about taking children from the parent. Because if they was talking about taking your child, it'd be something totally different.
No,
and
it would.
Wait a minute, just let me finish. And so this is what I base it on. I know what Matthew Daniels gonna feel like if anybody come tell me that they're gonna take my child for any reason. I don't care what they said I did. They saw, they heard, somebody told them.
But you know what? Wait a minute.
I can admit it doesn't matter. You come to take my kids, we just finna have to deal with each other right here and now. And so
let me ask
from
this.
that
if
thought
you
process, so I know I'm not finna go and try to take nobody's kid. That's their kid.
Guys,
I don't got nothing to do with that kid. I don't feed them. I don't clothe them.
Hypothetically, if you were to give your child weed on camera, let them smoke it, a little baby, okay?
Yeah.
And then you post it to Facebook, would you have that same attitude if they came to your door?
Man, listen, if I'm going to be punished, I'm going to be punished. But what I'm saying
you wouldn't accept punishment?
What I'm saying, think about it. Just think about this is life. This is real life. This ain't no video game. This ain't no movie. You taking somebody's child, man. And then them never getting their child back. That's their child. That child was formed in her. That child was formed in her.
You've been
that
talking
child
a lot,
was
though.
No, you have been. And think about think about this. Kids in third world countries. Now let's see how this train of thought really plays out in the real world. People in third world countries. Oh, you can only feed your kid rice and water. We need to euthanize the whole country because y'all don't have no business having kids because y'all can't even properly.
But you going off subject.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. What I'm talking about is
we talking about giving your 17-month-old drugs. Should you get your child back? That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about other circumstances.
Yes, you should.
Okay. So you should get your child taken away.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. So, can I talk for a minute? Can I talk?
Get it in.
Okay. This lady gave her 17-month-old marijuana and let the baby smoke it. The baby should automatically go with the father. I feel like this bitch should go to jail for years. And I'm not a big firm believer in like throwing the hammer down on motherfuckers for mistakes. I'm not a big fan of CPS, because I know that I've seen stories where they make fucked up decisions and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that I feel like the baby should go with CPS. The baby should go with its father. The father can ultimately make that decision when the mother gets out of jail 5-10 years later. I feel like she should go to jail for a long time because if not, she just gonna get out of jail. She gonna go get pregnant again and do some dumbass fucking shit. That's what she's gonna do because she's that stupid. She's obviously that stupid. So you don't feel like the baby should not be with this mother. The baby should go with his father.
Man, the baby could go to the father, but I'm saying when she get out, she should still be able to visit the child.
What if the father?
She should still be able to be in that child's life.
He's talking about parents' rights of their children.
Yeah.
So what if the father feels like the mother should never see the child again?
I don't agree with that.
Crazy.
I don't agree with that.
Because how can you tell the father that? Because he feels like that's his best interest. Just like you said, if somebody tells you how to raise your children, how the fuck they gonna tell you how to raise them?
Because, it's different with you. You can tell me shit that, you can tell me stuff about our kids that the average cat on the street can't tell me.
Exactly.
You can tell me stuff about the kids that the average cat on the street can't tell me. Okay, and then what about the child? What if one day?
Can I ask them a question? Y'all please answer me this. Do y'all feel like the child should be taken away from the mother and be put in the father's care.
And if the again.
And the father decides, because he has the rights, just like he said, the father has the rights to decide what he wants to do, because he's a parent. So you trying to say that fathers don't have rights? You crazy. You crazy.
No,
so say So say the father says, I don't want my child to see the mother ever again because the mother's a piece of fucking shit. Don't you feel like he has the right to say that? Because she already fucked up major. This bitch is crazy.
No.
That's crazy, man.
No, because children, this the thing. Children aren't property like that. It is what it is. You had kids with me. I don't care how you feel,
exactly,
what you say,
Joe, exactly.
what you say, where you go. Them our kids, man. All this taking kids from the parents. No, man, no.
And I'm not even saying
what
that
if,
the baby.
What if one day the child want to see the parent?
Then whenever the baby comes up to that ultimate age,
because you want to know something.
That baby has the right to do that because you have rights. But at this point, the best decision is what the parent decides. There's times where the kids want candy, they want this, and I tell them no because I know what I'm doing is right. The father knows what he's doing is right, and if he did that, then he would know that he was ultimately making the best decision for his child. You know what I mean? He was making the best decision for his child. If he decided to do that, she already dismissed her rights when she chose to make a dumbass video.
Okay. Good addition to the scenario. Now let's say you want to take the child anyway as an outsider. What if the father don't want the child to be taken away? Are you still gonna enforce that? And she can't never see the child, even if the father want to see him?
I feel like ultimately, it's a sad thing because when you deal with CPS, there's so many kids that go into foster care, and they
answer the question.
Hold on, I'm trying to formulate the shit. Hold on, don't tell me how to answer questions, okay?
You better run for it, run for it, run for it. No, answer the question.
I'm trying. Can I formulate myself?
Come on.
You know, when it comes down to CPS, it's very difficult because, you know, sometimes children get put in foster care and it's actually the worst decision that was ever made. But I do feel like there is a family member out there besides the mother. Hold on, let me talk.
Come on, answer the question. I was going somewhere. It was my turn. You feel it, if you want it as the outsider,
scared, guys.
If you saying
he's scared, that's why he's doing that. Go ahead.
If you saying that the child should be taken from the mother, she shouldn't see the child no more. Now you brought the father in, and I'm glad you did because I want to piggyback on that scenario now. What if the father say, no, you outsider, Raquel, CPS advocate, I want her to be able to see the child? Are you still going to force her to never be able to see the child again, or are you going to respect the father's wishes and let her see the child?
If the father decided that was the best decision for the child, then I do feel like the father has the right to decide that. But in my opinion,
then let me go.
Hold on.
I was asking that for a point.
That's why I kept telling you.
Because I asked the question.
No, because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Okay,
now this is my thing. Now this is my thing. All of the emotions aside, the reason why she would let the father's judgment override hers and override the CPS is because individuals know that the parents have more or are supposed to have ultimate authority over those children. Not the state, not the neighbors, not the community. The parents are supposed to have the ultimate last say over them. That's why she would take the father's word over hers and over the CPS. And so that's what I'm going back to. Who gives anybody the right?
Exactly.
Who gives anybody the right? Who gives anybody the right to take a child from a parent? That's what this is about. And from letting them smoke marijuana to take the child away. And 9 times out of 10, the person taking the child ain't gonna be the person taking care of the child.
Okay, so let's change it.
And it may be more traumatic for the child growing up without the parent than growing up with the parent.
Okay.
Wait, I just want to finish. Let me finish. Everybody is not gonna have the same upbringing. Everybody's not gonna be rich. Everybody's not gonna have all the same thing. Everybody's parents aren't gonna raise them the same. Some people's parents might be crazy. They may be going through things. They may be trying to raise themselves while they raising the child, so they may have bumps along the way, but you never know how they may grow and develop as a parent. When we go to talking about taking children from people and not giving them back, that's the kind of stuff you go to war for, is what I'm saying.
But the mom obviously
you cannot talk about hijacking children, kidnapping children from parents.
Yeah, look, they agree with me. I don't want. That's real shit. No, but like, hold on.
That's just
You've been
woman
talking.
power.
No, you've been talking. Power, no, it wasn't, because Joe agreed halfway with me too. So, anyway.
You just say I'm bad.
Yeah, because
you added the father in and I checkmate. Okay. That was checkmate.
Whatever, it wasn't.
That was checkmate.
Okay, can I talk? Because you've been trying to take over and shit, not even letting me formulate my shit. Okay, so you were trying to get off the subject, talking about rights and shit like that. We're not talking about rights. It wasn't her right to give the child marijuana. That wasn't your right. That's crazy. You know, you don't have the right to give your 17-month-old children. Yeah, the father should.
Okay.
No,
He asked me the question.
Well, you won't have to wait because
okay.
It's my turn. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe. He been going on, not even letting me talk. But I understand where you're coming from. You're saying, you know, like, the best interest of the child is to be with the family. I totally 110% agree with that. And you wouldn't let me say this earlier, but if the father decided that the best interest of the child was to be able to see its mother eventually when she got out of jail, because the bitch should have went to jail for a while, you know, then that was ultimately his decision. I don't feel like CPS should tell him, like, you can't do this, you can do that. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, every child is raised differently in different circumstances, and I agree with that. But the mother shouldn't be able to have the child. And if the dad, say the dad's not there, say the dad didn't even know he had a kid, the dad passed away, whatever the case may have been, then the baby should go with the family. Not the grandma, not the mama, because she lived with them. You know what I mean? So I feel like the child should go with some sort of family member. I don't feel like a child is in the best hands of CPS. That's a proven fact. You can already look it up and see it. You know, but there's so many people out there who want kids, and it just pisses me off at the fact that this bitch felt like it was okay to give her child marijuana and act like it was no big deal. She doesn't have the mentality to be a mother. So we can move on.
Yeah, but Joe asked me, Matthew, do you agree that at least the father should be able to take the child because of that action? I think the father should be able to get primary custody.
No, full custody.
Yeah, full custody.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
But I don't think he should be able to ban her for life from seeing the child.
I feel like he has the right to do that because, like you said,
that's what I'm.
Like, okay, so I feel like that.
Not just for that. Maybe now again if it's you know, extreme life threatening circumstances or a situation, and she has a lot of stuff like this on her record, like this ain't just a single instance, it's a lot of stuff like that, then hey man, he may have to take the child, and then, you know, in that type of situation, he may have to just watch the child.
Alright, so let's go here. If you're a felon, say I'm a felon, I give my child marijuana. So what you're telling me, they could look at my background and say, oh, she's a felon and gave my child marijuana?
No. I'm saying with the child, like, okay, what if, she gave, she is one shit on her record, she gave the child marijuana. Another time, she whooped the child too hard and bruised the child. You know what I'm saying? She got stuff that endangers the child. It's a constant thing.
But you said that people grow up in certain circumstances and nobody should tell them how to raise them. So wouldn't that fall in the same category? Yeah. So why would it be a problem?
I'm saying when it get to be like a life-threatening situation, you know what I mean?
Let's move on.
Okay. Let's move on. What you want to talk about?
The next topic.
Oh, the classes.
Oh, the classes.
The classes
Go ahead.
parenting. All right.
Don't get too crazy.
This is gonna be the last. This is gonna be the last one. We're gonna wrap this one up. But we were talking about having when women get pregnant, you know, them and the husband, especially if they still together. Let
me say it.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to formulate how we were talking about it.
Okay, so if you're pregnant and you go to the doctor or whatever, should they offer you? Should they offer you pregnancy classes? Basically, not only telling you about pregnancy, but also, you know, showing you how to change a diaper for the first time, make formula, what to do in certain circumstances, how to know a regular baby rash from a severe baby rash. Just basically showing you how to make the right decisions with a newborn, basically. So, I'll let you start it off. I'm gonna, you know, they're knocking at the babies are knocking at the door, but I'll let him start it off and I'll come back.
Yeah, man, look, now I know y'all gonna say, man, Matt the bad guy when it comes to parents and their kids, but I don't think they should have those classes. You know, she was talking about having some optional parenting classes. You know, whenever somebody gets pregnant and they're about to have a child, have some classes that they can go to. I don't personally feel like they should have that. You know, I think if the society cares about instilling certain stuff about parenting into the children, they should instill that into the school curriculum. Like high school curriculum somewhere.
Okay, can I feed off of that?
They can teach they can teach about the parenting, but to set up a whole extra way to send them to parenting classes after they've already gotten pregnant, just a whole nother setup program for that. Nah, I don't think we need it.
Okay, I feel like we do need it because think about this. They already have classes in the high school for pregnant teenagers and stuff, but what about the people who have never been parents before? Who maybe were adopted, maybe never met their family. They don't have anybody to guide them, show them how to do certain things. You know, maybe they just want it. And then also there's teenagers who don't go to high school. They never made it to high school. They dropped out. And these classes I feel like should be optional. They should offer it whenever you go to the doctor to have your checkup. It should be something you should say, yes, I want to do. No, I don't want to do it. They're not going to make you take a test. You don't have to pass anything. It's literally a class. You know, you just go in there and you don't have to go to every single class. You can go to the class if you want. And they just help you. They guide you. And it's optional. I mean, only if you want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, see, that's the tricky part about it. The whole optional. Because at the end of the day, when they're telling you it's optional, I don't have too much of a problem with that because they're not forcing it on you. But the reason why I say I wouldn't go along with it is just because
has to be offered. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But I don't think that we should basically spend the money to create the to create the program.
Oh, okay.
You gotta have some kind of funding from somewhere, and most of the time that funding is going to come from some type of taxes. But see, again, what you could do, I'm not totally against the idea because it is some fundamentals about raising a child that you may want to know. She gave a perfect example, changing a diaper. If you never changed a diaper before, you know, it may be good to learn about it or to just, you know, learn something. What to do if they get a diaper rash. You know, what is a diaper rash? What causes it? You know, things like that.
I'm just saying, no, like...
Wait, let me just finish. But I think the class should be embedded in school somewhere.
They already have that.
Do it, well, that's enough.
But what about other people? Think about this. Okay, so you could sign up to learn how to give birth. You know, whenever you see the mom sitting on the floor, she's learning how to go into labor, the father's there. But you have to pay a lot of money for that. Imagine if it was free. You could go through these classes for free. They'll show you it's optional. Yeah, it's going to cost tax dollars, but, you know, I feel like it's definitely worth the money. I think about, okay, if we took a toll on how many mothers feel like it should be optional, I agree 110%. Then 99% of them will say, you know what, I'll spend my tax dollars on that. My husband, I'll ask him, and he'll spend his tax dollars on that. How many grandparents will say, yeah, I'll spend my tax dollars. So the money isn't the issue. Is will we do it for free or are we going to make money off of guiding parents? You know, they always want to tell people how to be parents, how to do this. They offer the classes for free when you're dealing with CPS, right?
So if they already got certain type of classes, you know what I'm saying?
That you have to be a teenager or you have to be going through CPS. But if you're in the middle and you're being a good parent,
man, I'm pretty. They got, you can take some parenting class, some type of parenting classes right now
for free.
Right, I'm not sure. I've never looked in, but that wouldn't even be for free. I guarantee it may be free if they do Medicaid with it or something, or if you got insurance or something. It's not gonna be free. They can't make it free because the program has to be paid for. But with something like that, they already have options.
I'm just saying to me, this is like a no-brainer. If you ask grandparents, mothers, fathers, people, even children all around the world, do you feel like this should be optional for parents for free? A lot of them will say yes, especially for the people who are on Medicaid and they go to the doctor. It should definitely be free for them. You know, because it's not fair that if you're rich, you can go to these classes. If you're a teen, hold on. If you're in teen pregnancy, then you could get these classes for free. But if you're kind of in the middle, then you really don't have that option. I feel like they should make it optional, and it's not like you don't have to pass no tests when you go. You know, they're not telling you, oh, you're going to be a bad parent. They're just literally at the front of the class. They're showing you get to do all these little things. You can bring your husband. I feel like this should be free. I feel like everybody should be offered that. So yeah, I won. So we can go ahead and
smash
it. You know what I mean?
They already have that. It's really no need to.
Yeah, but like I said, either money or teen pregnancy. Money or teen pregnancy.
That's not the only way. You can take certain classes, certain parenting classes.
How do you do it?
You know,
how do you take the classes?
You find somebody that's offering it, that's providing the class.
And do you think it's free or you have to pay?
You just look it up like you're going to have to pay for it the same way you're going to have to pay for the class that you talking about.
Okay.
That can't be free.
No, but I think it's going to go through that's what I'm saying. But it should go through the same that's what I'm saying. I feel like it should go through tax dollars. So I'm telling you that the grandparents, the mothers, if they took a whole toll, I guarantee you that this bill will be passed. You know what I mean? Like, that's point blank. Like, I feel like it should be offer free. You know? But it's not fair that if I'm on Medicaid or maybe I'm kind of in the middle that I can't have these classes because I can't afford it, or I wasn't 17 when I got pregnant, so I'm not in high school no more. That shit is crazy to me.
Because see the thing.
Why not?
The thing is, now I'll let you go. Let me build. Now now check it out. If you notice, my whole theme throughout this has been the sometimes we spend too much focus on how what other people are doing with their kids, how they raising their kids.
They're not. It's optional. They're letting you. They're giving you that option as a parent. Do you want to take the class or do you not?
But this is what I'm saying. There are already classes. So again, anytime you have any kind of idea, what you always I know some of y'all saying what can Matt pull out about this?
Nothing.
Anytime you have some kind of idea, you have to put it into a real world. You have to put it into a real world scenario. So if you put this into a real world scenario, you have to create the program, right? You have to create the program. You have to get the funding from somewhere. The individuals that's going to run the program, they have to get paid from somewhere, right? And it's gonna have to come off the back of the tax dollars because that's what it's from.
So what he's basically saying is money is more important. But I'm saying
it's no need to double up on it. How many people that's agreeing with her took a parenting class?
Yes or no? Afford it. We didn't have the option.
Wait a minute. And you have kids, right? And how many people your parents took a parenting class?
Okay, can I talk because I'm a parent?
Wait a minute.
And I'm a mother.
So sometimes we have to talk about the necessity of some of these things. We all championing parenting classes, but probably nobody that's watching this ever went to one. So what?
No, because we didn't have the opportunity. But I could guarantee
it wasn't even needed.
I could guarantee you this: that if I had the option at one point during my whole motherhood, if somebody had offered it to me, I would have taken it just to double up, just to learn how. Like, you know, there's so many times I go to Google, you know, what does this mean? What does this mean? Why not? I had a parenting class. It was free. It was optional. How many parents out there would love to do that?
See, you saying that to trick the people. It ain't free. It can't be free.
The tax dollars, but I'm saying that's for tricky. Me, it's free.
It's some kind of insurance.
You know how much shit okay, but they'll give you free classes if you're dealing with CPS. They'll give you free classes if you're a teen pregnancy, but if you're in between, you don't get it for free. It is not fair. All right, look,
check this out. Are you a good mother?
Yes.
Wait, are you a good mother?
Are you a good mother? Pregnancy class?
Are you a good mother?
Yes.
Are you a good mother?
Yeah.
Are you a good mother?
Yeah.
How many parenting classes did you take?
No, but hold on, zero. But let me explain.
No, they gotta hit it. How many parenting classes did you take?
I'm about to get them. Hold on.
How many parenting classes did you take?
I'm about to get them.
No, answer though. They gotta hit, please.
Zero. Okay, but listen to this.
So she took no parenting classes,
listen to this.
and she's a great parent.
But listen to this.
That's the necessity.
Hold on. Whenever I was, I know. Hold the fuck on. Look. I want to say it.
Oh, let me turn this off. Nah. Go ahead.
Okay. Move off. Okay, so whenever I had got pregnant at a really young age, I had got pregnant with my oldest when I was 15. I had him at 16. They did offer, the free pregnancy classes whenever I was in high school, but I did drop out. So I didn't get to continue those pregnancy classes. So whenever I had my son, I was alone. I was in the hospital. I had to change his first diaper. I had to ask the nurse, how do I do this? How do I do that? There were so many things I didn't know how to do. I had to call my grandma. But I guarantee you this, if I was offered it for free, I would have taken it. So when I would have changed my son's first diaper, I would have known exactly what to do. So I feel like it should be optional. So yeah, I took 0 parenting classes, but it was a struggle at first. You know what I mean? Like I had that common sense. I knew how to be a good mom, but when it came down to excuse me. But whenever it came down to actually having the option, if I had the option, I would have taken it because it would have made my teen pregnancy become much easier. So that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's offered in the high school and stuff. But what about the people who are dropouts? What about the...
And look, all of y'all that's champion her, you want to know something?
He just mad because he losing. He just mad because he losing.
Listen, no, I made my points. If anybody just pay attention to what I'm saying, you'll understand I made my points.
He think he the debate king that I killed him.
As soon as you come to that parenting class, she gonna be wanting to draw your blood for that damn drug test. And then she gonna want to draw your blood for the drug test, right? You know, for real. But again, like I say, we all champion it, but how many of y'all that's telling me I just lost on that topic? How many? Well, somebody said they took it, but how many else of y'all done took it?
Oh, your brother said he took it.
Yeah,
That's who said it. Oh, you didn't see who said it.
Yeah, I saw who said it. You feel me? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all watching.
No, don't try to. No, I'll close it out.
I was gonna say my closing, and you can say yours.
Well, I'll say mine first.
Okay, so you don't want to? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. But
cause I love you.
Not after this debate. We gonna stop the debate, and he's gonna start crying and shit.
I'm still a champ, man. I'm still a champ.
The next book he's gonna have is fucking should we have class? He's gonna be debating, going through it, trying to get all the information. No information can stop common sense.
Until you, when you put that common sense to a real world scenario.
All I'm saying is it should be optional, point blank. That's it. You know, like I said, I was in the hospital. I was struggling. And to change my son when he was first born, I didn't have anybody standing by my side guiding me. So for all the parents out there who don't have that guidance, I feel like it'll be good to at least have it optional and for free, you know. And I know they offer it places, but it either costs money or you have to be a teenager. So I just feel like that in between needs the same thing that everybody else gets. So I'm out. That's it.
Alright, it won't be free. Don't be fooled. You don't need it. Man, only in a life or death situation should you ever take somebody's child, never give it back. And just to no man, she's talking about you. And to touch on that the first what we talking about at first?
Oh, see, he don't even know. That's how much I killed him. He don't even remember. He went to sleep after that.
Nah, we was talking about the mandatory drug test, and man, you can't mandatory drug test.
That debate's over. Go ahead and close out.
That was my closing. I was recapping my answers.
Okay, go ahead.
That was it. You weren't paying attention. Y'all have a go.